Hello everyone, it's Kathy Champion and welcome back to my craft room and my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope that you will enjoy today's tutorial, and I'm going to show you a new stamp set. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located here in Gastonia, North Carolina, and again, I am so glad that you took the time out of your day to spend a little time with me, and you're welcome here anytime. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, and that way you can get notified anytime that I put up a new video. So most of my videos right now are recorded, but I am looking into some new equipment so I can do some lives, and I'm looking forward to that. So I also wanted to make a couple of announcements that I think is going kind of unsaid right now. But the first thing I want to tell you is my host code. If you make a purchase of $50 or more before shipping and tax and use this host code, you're going to receive a free gift from me at the end of the month. It'll be some little something from Stampin' Up! It could be a pack of 6x6 paper. It could be a roll of ribbon. It could be some Stampin' Dimensionals. It could be some embellishments. It all depends on what I have in my stash at the time at the end of the month when I send everything out on the 1st of the next month. Also, if you make a purchase of any size during the month of April, you'll go into the drawing for this Punch Party stamp set. So if you've had your eye on some things over at the Stampin' Up! Website, go shop with me and it will put you in drawing for this. And I'll be drawing this probably the first Monday in May would be, let's see, that will be the 1st, 2nd, I think it will be the 3rd of May. So I will draw for that stamp set. Also, May 4th, our brand new catalog, and I can show you the front of it. Well, that's if I can find it. I thought I had it right here. I do. Sorry about that. I got it hid down here. There is our brand new annual catalog. Anybody that had shopped with me last year, or if you requested a catalog when the mailing program went out, I made sure that your name was on that list to receive a catalog. If you do not receive your catalog by the end of this month, or I'll tell you what, let's give it to the 2nd or 3rd of May. If you haven't received your catalog then, please get in touch with me and I will mail you one out directly, because I want everyone that loves Stampin' Up! As much as I do to have this catalog in their hands, because oh my goodness, there's some pretties in there. I wish I could show you, but I can't. The other thing that I wanted to tell everybody, and I think this has kind of gone unsaid, our mini catalog runs through the end of June. So anything that's in this catalog you can order through the end of June. I do want you to know that if it coordinates with any of our outgoing in colors, those in colors will not be available. And anything that was discontinued out of this catalog will not be available after May the 3rd, because May 4th, when the new catalog comes out, everything else that was discontinued will be gone. So just thought it would be a good idea to make those announcements really quick and let y'all know that. I know a lot of people have talked about some of the stuff that's in the mini catalog, and I've heard them say that that it won't be available after June 4th, after May 4th. But from my understanding, everything is available in that catalog while supplies last through the end of June. So if there's things that you see in that catalog that you still want, you got time to order. Alright, with all that being said, here's the stamp set that I want to use today. Elegantly Said. This stamp set grabbed me the minute that I saw it, and I was so glad that it was on the pre-order list for us demonstrators. Oh, one more announcement too. If you have been thinking about joining my team, starting May 4th, I believe it might be May 1st. I'll double check that. But if you join my team, Stampin' Up! Is given an incentive. Normally, it's $125 worth of any product that you want to pick out of the catalog for $99 plus your tax and free shipping. That's why I tell everybody that if you want the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it's heavy, and the shipping on that is going to be a little bit pricey. But if you want that machine, you can actually get it now. It's $120, so it takes off of your amount. Normally with Stampin' Up! They give you $125 for the 99, but during the month of May, they are upping that to $155 worth of product for $99. What a great time to come in as a demonstrator. So if you've had your eye on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, this would be a great time to get that machine. $99, and you still have $60 to spend on other products, stamps, dies, ribbons, paper. I mean, you can go shop, and it's a great time. Now, you do not have to do what I do. You don't have to sell Stampin' Up! To be a demonstrator. You can be a hobbyist. You can be your own best customer, and as long as you sell $300 or you buy $300 worth of product every quarter, you can stay active as a demonstrator. But you might be like me. I came in thinking that's what I was going to do, and then all of a sudden I found that this was a great opportunity for me to make some extra money. So for all of those reasons, I love it, and I love what I do. So I just wanted to throw that out there and let y'all know, if you've been thinking about it, now it's the perfect time. Wait until May let me check that real quick, because I am thinking let me check that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I went on the demonstrator's website because I wanted to make sure I was giving you accurate information. If you join May 4th through May 31st, you will get $155 worth of product instead of the $125 normally. So that's what I'm saying. Plus you'll get some sales tools and different things like that. It is a great opportunity. So I thought I just wanted to make sure I shared that with everybody so that you would know that you, if you've been thinking about joining, and there's nothing that says you have to stay. You can come in and get your goodies and use your discount for the 3 months and buy some stuff, and then if you're done, you can drop out. Nothing is saying that you have to stay. So give it some thought. You might want to come in for a while, and you may come in and decide, I love this, because you do get perks. You get incentives, you get some free product, you earn free product every time you place an order. So it's just a great way of being able to fund your crafting with a discount, and that's always great. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to this. Elegantly Said stamp set. We're going to do what is called SIP today. SIPS. And that simply stands for stamps, ink, paper. It's a SIP card. So simple, and just your stamp sets, no dies, no punches, nothing fancy, but I'm going to show you how you can make an elegant card with just your inks, your stamps, and your paper. Now y'all know that I love black and white. Absolutely love my black and white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of cardstock. Let me bring my trimmer over. And I'm going to put this in on the 11-inch side up to the top of my trimmer. Love, love, love this trimmer, and it is one of the best ones I've ever used. It'll be the best $25 you ever spent. $25 sounds like a lot of money for a trimmer, but this is also a scoreboard. So you can score and trim and cut. So when you look at it that way, it is really an investment in your craft room and something that you will use every time you craft. So here we go. We're going to cut that in half at 5 1/2, and now we have a base that is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. So I'm going to bring it right there, move that cut blade down. This is what I was talking about. It's a scoreboard too. So that's my scoring blade. The light gray is scoring blade, and the dark blade is the cut blade. So I'm going to take that out and I'm going to fold it. Nice, beautiful fold. We're going to get our bone folder out, but before we do, I'm going to go ahead and cut a black mat. And I want my black mat to be 4 by 5 1/4. And that's going to be a mat for the front. Now I'm going to bring over the Whisper White one more time. Whisper White, basic white now, I'm sorry. And we're going to cut this to 3 3/4 by 5. And that's going to be where we're going to do our stamping on that piece. Now we're also going to need another piece of black that measures 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to put this at 4. That looks like it's already cut at 4. So 5 1/4. And that's going to be your inside mat. And one more piece, and all these cutting, they're going to pop up on the screen as I cut them, but they're also going to be in the description below, so you don't have to worry about writing all this down as you go. Now you can, if you want to, feel free to do that. So that's 4, oops, wait a minute, 3 3/4, 3 3/4 by 5. And this is going to be for our inside. Okay, we're done with the trimmer, so now we just need stamps and ink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this piece over, and I'm going to get a used piece of grid paper, and I always keep pieces that I've used where I have stamped on like that, and I wrote down stuff on it and I've stamped like that. I always keep a piece of this so that I have it if I need to do some more stamping like this. So I'm going to grab a bone folder and I'm just going to iron out these edges, because anytime you run paper through the cutter, your trimmer, you're going to get a little bit of a curled edge on your paper, your cardstock. It's normal, it's what the trimmer does, but I like to iron those out. I just like, let's go ahead and get a good crease on this first. And then we'll iron out our edges. This is just something that I like to do. I mean, it might be a little bit OCD, but hey, that's me. I have been accused of worse. Oh my goodness. I am just, you know, when I make a card, I want my card to look pretty. I want it to look, I want the recipient to feel happy when they get a card from me. Now we're going to make this a landscape card, which means it's going to sit like this and open like this rather than like this. So that's landscape. The other way is called portrait, which any of you, if you work with any of the software programs, you know that. Alright, so let's get stamping. The first thing I want to do is, you see this beautiful border right here? I'm going to use that and stamp it across the bottom. So I've already loaded up my stamps to save some time. So I'm just going to take my black Momento, oops, and I've already made a boo-boo. Grab my little cleaning cloth. I don't want it on there. And look, I have gotten, okay, just black fibers off of the black paper. I thought I had gotten ink on that already. That would not be a good thing. But you know what? If it does, we'll pull out some more cardstock and we'll start over. It's not the end of the world. If you make a mistake, I know if you're new in crafting, sometimes if you make a mistake, you just throw in the towel and say, oh, forget this, I can't do this. You can do this. Now I'm lining this up even with the bottom of my cardstock and stamp. Now I'm going to let that sit there for a few minutes because since I'm not using my Stamparatus, which I probably should have, this is going to take a few minutes to take. Very pretty. I think I am going to bring my Stamparatus out because the other things that I'm going to be stamping on here are going to be kind of in detailed, and sometimes when you're dealing with a detailed stamp set, you might have to stamp more than once. If you're using your typical blocks like this, you're not going to be able to stamp multiple times to get the depth of the color you want. So, tell you what, let's close this up, and I'm going to pull out my Stamparatus. Now, because we're using photopolymer, we don't need any of the mats. So we just need our Stamparatus and maybe one magnet. Love my Stamparatus. This thing is awesome. So I'm going to put this in kind of sort of in the middle, but I'm going to line it up so that it's nice and straight. And I'm using the grid lines on the Stamparatus to help me do that. And now I'm going to put that magnet right there because we're going to be stamping up here. So the next thing I want to do is this big flourish. What's so nice about the Stamparatus is you can actually sit your stamps down on your paper and see your exact positioning. Do I want that there? Yes, that's perfect. Then once you get it, you can just pick your stamp up, and I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I like to take my stamp case and put underneath here because that gives me some stability when I'm inking up. It's not at an angle or anything. It fits completely over, and that just works out for me really well. And I got ink on that now. I am just a hot mess this morning, y'all. Alright, maybe it's too early to be stamping. Nah, it's never too early to stamp, and it's never too late to stamp. As long as you feel like doing it, it's always the perfect, it's just always the right time. Okay, get that all inked up good like that. And we're going to press it in. And I'm just giving some nice even pressure across that stamp and lift it up. That's a really good image, but I think I'm going to go over it one more time because I know that when that ink dries, it's going to dry a little paler than what it looks. So we're just going to lightly go back over it. This is the good thing about the Stamparatus. You can see my positioning is perfect for my second stamping. Oh yeah, look how rich that looks. That's beautiful. Alright, I am going to take my Stampin' Chamois. This is my old dirty one that looks dilapidated. It's not dirty, it's stained. It's loved. And I'm going to use that just to clean this, give this stamp a quick cleaning. That's the easiest way to clean your stamps on the Stamparatus. Now, I will clean these better with my Stampin' Scrub and some cleaner a little bit later. But for the sake of the video, this works really well. Alright, so we got that done. I'm going to wipe that off while I'm there. Now we want to do our little flower. And that's this flower right here. And this is what it looks like. But I want to position this where I want it to be. And I think I'm going to move this over here. And I want that stamp to be right about there. Just like that. So let's pick it up. And let's ink it up. And yes, I'm doing everything in black because I want this card to have an elegance to it. So it's going to be, and y'all know how much I love black and white. So this is going to be totally a black and white card. I don't know, you know, we might throw a little hint of red on this one. Wouldn't that be pretty? The black, white, and red combination is always beautiful. So there we go. I think I'm going to ink that one more time just to give it that same depth. Oops. Might help if I use the ink pad instead of the top, right? I think I need another cup of coffee. Alright. Let's put that down. I'm going to give it a good press. Just like that. And let's use our Stampin', our Simply Chamois again to clean that off. Give it just a quick little clean. It does make a little squeaky sound, but it's not like that grating your nails on the chalkboard or anything like that. It's just a little squeak. Sometimes my dogs think it's a squeaky toy, but it's it's not. They'll hear me up here squeaking and they'll come bopping their little heads up and think I've got one of their squeaky toys. I think that's so cute. Alright, the next thing I want to do, I'm going to make this a birthday card. So, wishing you a wonderful birthday. I love that. I love the fonts in this. And I'm going to use that, wishing you a, let's see, let's turn it over. Wishing you a wonderful birthday. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up. Get that back nice and straight. And then I want this sentiment to go right about here. And this is where I think I'm going to do a pop of red. I think it will give it a little bit of a and it will just kind of bring everything together. And I'll show you. I do have another card that I did totally in black and white, and I'll show you the difference in the two. I'm going to grab real red because I want it to be a really beautiful shade of red, and this is definitely that. So I'm going to ink that up and stamp it. And we'll go one more time and stamp it. Ah, oh, so pretty. Now remember that red is gonna lighten in a few minutes after it starts drying. So we're good. We're good with this. Alright, so now I can move this back over here. I've got all my stamps sitting where they need to be, and we're going to take this out of our stamp apparatus, and I did get a little red ink right there. Oh no. Well, we'll see what we can do with that. I'm going to close my stamp apparatus. I'm going to put my magnet back on the back. I love this because it has two places to store your magnets on the back of it. It has nice feet that grip to your work surface, and it also comes with two of these plates that are interchangeable, and you can have one here if you're doing two-step stamping. This is like the bomb diggity for that. And it comes with this black foam mat that fits in here just like that for whenever you're using photopolymer, but you can upgrade and buy this one that has the grid on it, and you can wipe this off so you don't have to worry about it staining. You can actually just take your Simply Chamois and wipe it off when you're done, or you can use some of the cleaner and clean it that way. But I just store them both in there together. Love, love, love my stamp apparatus. It's a great tool to have in your craft room. Okay, see right there, I don't know if you can see that, but I've got a little smudge of red ink right there. So I am going to grab my my little mono sand eraser, and that's this right here. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these, but you can go to Amazon, or you might even find them in a craft store in your area. But they work wonders if you get, what they do, they just sand a little bit of the paper, and we might be able to put an embellishment or something there. But you know what, I think I got it. Yeah, I cleaned that up and you can't even tell it was there. You see that? Love these little erasers. They are great. Alright, so now what we're going to do is bring our card back over, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my black mat. So I think I'm going to use some of my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I am going to run a piece all the way down. I find that this works much better and it doesn't tear my cardstock if I just run it all the way. If I try to do little pieces, sometimes it'll rip my cardstock, but if I do it like this, it works every time. So I'm going to take this now very carefully and I'm going to lay that right there, making sure that I've got that about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And when I'm pleased with that, I'll press it down. I think that looks beautiful. Then I'll turn it over and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. I love the Plus. It is my favorite. And if you go over the edge, just roll that back onto itself so that you don't have it hanging over. One piece in the middle. Now I'm going to take this to my card base and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to even it up. Right, too much at the top. Okay, this piece does not look squared up like I want it to be. So we are going to fix that. This is why a bone folder is so important when you're crafting. You pretty much have to have a bone folder. Alright, let's try this again. So I'm going to lay it down like so. And that looks good. Press it down. Now we're ready to do some embellishment. But before we do, let's go ahead and do our inside. So I have the same thing here. I have a mat that measures 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have another piece, my basic white. This is basic black. And this piece is 5 by 3 3/4. And that way it will layer on this perfect. But let's do some stamping first. And I am using this Happy Thoughts stamp set. Today is great because it's all about you, the great person you are, and the great things you do. And I'm going to stamp that in the middle. Just like so. And let's get this over here where I can get this nice and straight. And I do need a stamp block. I'm going to use this bigger one because I want to make sure I'm getting this nice and even. Now I'm going to ink this with the stamp up and put my ink pad to the stamp. If anytime I have a bigger stamp, I like to do it this way. Hopefully we got that nice and inked. And I'm going to come up a little bit to the top and stamp. Ah, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Now carrying that red theme through, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this in the real red. And that's going to give another little pop of color. And I'm just going to stamp this right here in this corner. just like that. And now we are going to adhere this to this piece. So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal again. Oh, and it's tearing my paper again. Come on. We might have to revert to some liquid glue at this point because my Stampin' Seal is misbehaving. Maybe it's because this one is out. No, there it goes. Alright, I'm going to try doing it in this direction. Now that worked. And then down here. And again, if you have any hangover, just roll it back on itself. Now we're going to put this down on here. And if you noticed, we used 2 stamp sets, but we used all the images out of the Elegantly Said, and I love when I can do that. Now this piece is going to go down right inside, so again, let's use our Stampin' Seal. And we're still not done because we're going to do some embellishing that's going to take this card up to the next level. So there, we got that in. We got that little pop of red right there. So I'm going to come over and I want to grab some ribbon. And I need to decide if I want to do black or if I want to go with the red. And I think I'm going to go red on this one. And this is one of the red ribbons, and I believe this one is retiring, but it is beautiful, and it's this is an easy ribbon to work with. So I'm just going to do a little bunny ear bow, and this is a simple way to make a cute bow almost every time. I say almost every time is because it's definitely going to it always challenges me when I'm on camera tying a bow because they seem like they don't want to cooperate, and I can tie 1,000 of them off camera. Okay, let me work this. It's not going to get the better of me. Maybe I just need to make my loops a little bit bigger, but I'm trying to make them small to conserve ribbon. So we're not going to do that. We're going to make them bigger. And so what if we cut off a little piece of the ribbon? Like I said, this is, I believe this is on the chopping block. It's so pretty. I'm going to miss it. So here we go, up and under, and pull it through, and here's your bow. And you're hearing Bella snoring. She is sound asleep under my chair, and she is sawing logs. Bless her heart. And you're probably thinking, that looks like a hot mess. Yeah, it does. Now, let's start over. Bunny ear, and cross it over, pull it under, and tie it down. That was better. That was much better. So now all you want to do is you want to fidget with your loops until you get them like you want them, and tighten them down and then pull them. And I do that several times when I'm messing with my bow. Just like that. And we're going to call that good. And my ribbon scissors are somewhere over here. I'm going to cut that off at an angle, and this one off at an angle. And then we'll pull that a little bit more because my loops are not looking quite like I want them to. Okay, that looks better. So now I'm going to take a glue dot. Love these glue dots. They work wonderful. And I'm going to use my fingernail and just kind of roll it so that it's small like that. Then I'm going to pick it up with my ribbon. And then we can bring it right here and stick it down. Love that. But we're not done. What it sound? I sound like an infomercial. But wait. You know when they say but wait, they're going to add something else to it. So that's why I said but wait. We're going to get some rhinestones on it because this card looks so elegant. It is calling for some rhinestones. So let's grab my take your pick tool. And I am going to pull off, and I love this for doing my little embellishments. I'm going to put one right there. And I'm going to put one right here. Then I'm going to go with the littler ones, and I'm going to put one here. And one on this flower. And one of the bigger ones on this flower. And I think I need a small one up in this corner. So I'm going to put one right about there. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I don't know if the camera is doing that justice. It's not. It really isn't. But this card turned out so pretty, and I got room here to sign. I love it. I think that makes a beautiful birthday card, and one you'll be proud to send to a friend or a relative or anybody that's getting ready to celebrate their birthday. But I want to show you the other one I did. I did another one, and I did this totally in black. Same I think I need to trim that ribbon a little bit more. What do y'all think? Let's do it. I think it needs a little bit of a trim. Yep, that looks better. But these are my two cards for today. And you'll have to let me know whether you like the one with the pop of red or if you like it just all done in basic black. I love both of them. I think they're both adorable, and I think anybody would be happy to get these cards. This one, of course, I did like that. This one, I kept it all in black. So you'll have to let me know which one of these cards you like. I can't make a decision because I love them both. It does look like I need a gem right there. So, you know, it's like I said, is a card ever done? No, because we're always adding to it. And I do like that larger gem like I put here on this one. But this one has that sparkly ribbon. I would love, maybe they'll bring that sparkly ribbon back at Christmas in our August through January catalog. And we can get some of the red in the sparkle. I love that ribbon. Okay, that's my cards for today, and I hope you enjoyed this. And stay tuned because I have a fun fold card that's coming up next, and I know everybody loves a fun fold. And Oh, I'm just so excited with the new products that are coming. I can't wait until May 4th when I can place my order and get some of these new products that I'm dying to work with. So it's always exciting when the new catalog comes out, and that's one thing with Stampin' Up. They're constantly reinventing the wheel. So we have our mini catalog that runs through the end of June, and then August we'll get another new one, Celebration all over again, where you can get all those wonderful free products with a $50 order. So it's exciting times here at Stampin' Up. So thank you so much for joining me. Please, please, please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me a comment. All of that plays in. If you watch my video, please leave me a comment. I don't know you've watched unless you comment. So, and that makes me feel closer to my subscribers. Thank you again so much, and as I always say in closing, let everything you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy. So until we craft again, God bless and keep you. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.